as it's the end of an era. Shirley Muldowney closes a 30-year career next on the NHRA season finale in Pomona. The final NHRA drag race of the 2003 season is upon us. The 23-race battle between man and machine is in its final stage with all 4 championships wrapped up. Today also marks the final day of competition for one of drag racing's greatest racers. Shirley Muldowney will don the helmet and gloves and slip into her top fuel rocket ship one final time. Her life and career, which spanned 4 decades, 3 championships, and 18 wins, were depicted in the movie Heart Like a Wheel, making the name Shirley Muldowney widely recognized both in and out of motorsports. Today, you will witness the final pass of a 63-year-old legend. ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports, presents exclusive coverage of the $50 million NHRA Powerade Drag Racing Series. Today, from Pomona Raceway in Pomona, California, it's the season finale, the 39th running of the Automobile Club of Southern California Finals. Overcast skies, cool temperatures. Look at the crowd coming in. They want to be here for Shirley Muldowney's last pass. Track temperature 75 degrees, and it is just perfect conditions. They're along the fence rails, wanting to get a close look at the legend of sport. Take a look now at the top fuel ladder. Here's the first round matchups. Tony Schumacher, new track record 4:45, and there's Shirley Muldowney. Paul Romine will be her first competition in round number 1, and this was the scene just a few moments ago at driver introductions when Shirley Muldowney came through the gates to the throngs here at Pomona. Now we're going to be following and eavesdropping with one of her crew members, Donnie Couch, on this week's Crew Chatter.
You ready?
Yes, I am.
Man, we're fired up. If we can go off adrenaline right now, I think we'd win the whole race and run 4:30s all day, the adrenaline we got. So we'll see what happens.
Well, 4:30s aside, the reality is that every time Shirley Muldowney comes to the starting line today, it could be her last pass. She's got a lot of good friends to help her this weekend, including Bob Brand, who tuned Don Prudhomme to 4 consecutive funny car titles back in the 1970s. But for Shirley, she'll race today the way she always has. No reservations, no second guesses, just a foot squarely to the floor.
Now, you know, this is the end of the season, but it's also the end of a legendary career. Shirley Muldowney has produced tales of struggle and determination. We had a chance to reminisce with her and her peers, and she's the subject of our Powerade profile.
I went out and took the test down at Connecticut Dragway and ran 155 miles an hour in it. So Darwin Dahl, who was the Division I director for NHRA at the time, was in attendance, and he very willingly signed my application license. And then about 2 weeks later, I get this letter from NHRA, and it said, basically, forget it. There is no license. Don't even try to compete in this class. Girls don't drive dragsters. Dragsters are for men.
I knew that she was going to have a tough road to hoe, racing all the chauvinist guys in drag racing at the time, you know.
When Shirley came on in the fuel ranks and got her license and did everything she did, that was just that was tremendous. And you know, the guys didn't like it.
They hated me. They did everything back then, from trying to let the air out of our tires to they try to sabotage. I had Donnie Couch, best security in the world. Ron even took a couple down. Do you think we didn't roll in the dirt in the early days? We rolled in the dirt.
Shirley, when she was younger, really was a feisty woman, trust me.
She did it her way, and she was going to do it her way. And if you like this and want to come along for the ride, then that's fine. You're welcome to hop on board.
When she drives the car, it don't make no difference whether it's a boy or a woman in the car. It's what she's capable of doing, and driving the car, and steering the car, and reaction time of the car.
I wasn't into the woman thing. I was just into the drive the wheels off this thing, you know.
You know, Shirley was very mentally strong, still is. She doesn't take anything from anybody, and that allowed her to be able to do what she did and do it so well.
The best revenge was winning, and when you would nail them on the starting line. Really, good stuff. Good stuff.
And Shirley said the one thing she will miss was just a few seconds ago when Ron always leans over right before starting the car and he says, "Here we go." Well, here we go. The 157th time in her career she is competing in an NHRA national event. No one is sitting in the grandstands right now. 27 finals, 18 wins, 3 championships, number 5 on the all-time list. Parker?
I'm with another female legend of drag racing, Linda Vaughn. Linda, you were here for Shirley's first pass. Now you're here for her last event.
You know, I was at her first one. We've been a part of her team for 30 years, and I wouldn't have missed this for the world. And I was even late. But Shirley yesterday ran a 326 and had someone to work on that clutch. And if she doesn't stop the tires, she will win this round.
Well, if I could interject at one personal note, 27 years ago, a first-year reporter in Columbus, Ohio was there when Shirley won her first national event. And I had the opportunity to interview her. It's one of those memories I'll never forget because that was a day that she made history. And it's great to be a part of today.
Yeah, it definitely is. Just a great ambassador for the sport. What a tremendous job she's done over her career. And obviously she wants to get this win, but she's got to go against Paul Romine, who ran very good qualifying. It's going to be a tough race. We'll see what happens.
Romine and Shirley have never met till now. Shirley left on him, and she gets the win line in a hole shot. 468 to a quicker but losing 467. The last pass has yet to come. Parker.
Crew Chief Ron Tobler, you're still alive. The last pass tour is not complete in a hole shot.
In a hole shot, absolutely. You know, we were a little afraid of the racetrack and just trying to make consistent runs here, so we'll take them any way we can get them.
Let's take another look at the run. This car really got loose on her.
I'll tell you, she did her job, got out the starting line, got her out of the groove right there, and made a hard move to the center, started spinning the tires. Paul Romine was ahead at that point, but then she had some problems set in, and Shirley was able to drive around for the win.
Look at the margin of victory. About the length of the wing. We go on board.
Watch her work that wheel right there. That's right where it went over towards the center. She had to drive it off that center line. What a great job.
Take one more look in super slow-mo.
Man, wheels up. This car's moving pretty good, and it's going to make a hard move towards the center. Just kind of drifting right now. Oh, there, picked the front end up as the clutch started to come in. It moved her over towards the center, got out of the groove, and started spinning the tires a little bit hard right there and put a cylinder out, but Paul Romine starts having the problems right at the other end, and she was able to watch this. When picks the front, it makes it hard move over there. She keeps it off the center line. Had she crossed the center line, she would have been disqualified, but she had to jerk that wheel, as we saw with the in-car. And then you saw Romine lose the belt just before the finish line, and that allowed Shirley to get by for the win. What a great job.
There she is with a special grandstand set up at the very far end. You got company, Bill.
Yes, I do. Shirley Muldowney slowly getting off the gloves and the glasses and the helmet. Not for the last time, as we just saw. She's already talking. Get the helmet off, Cheryl. You know, yesterday I was talking to an old friend of yours, Don the Snake Perdone. And the Snake said, you know what? Shirley can still drive. Your 468 just beat a 467.
Okay. It still moved around at the top end, and I had to really muscle it somewhat. But the truth, I thought Romine was going to be a famous man this morning. He's famous in my book, I'll tell you. Thank you, Paul.
What a race.
And here is Paul Romine. Talk to any racer, never easy to lose a race, but that one with the legend.
Well, I said going into this thing, I'm going to be a trivia question here after this round. I'm either going to be the guy, the last guy that whooped up on Shirley at her last race, or I'm going to be the first son of a gun that she whooped up on. So I'm the latter, and you know, I have so much respect for her. She'll hate it if I say it, but I remember when I was a kid like this, I was watching her, and her and I are very, very good friends, and I wish her the best. Her and Ron are very, very good people, and Godspeed to her, and I hope she wins the whole damn thing and knocks all them big high-dollar guys out.
There's a lot of fans that would second that notion. Stay with us. We're going to take one more look at Shirley's run. We got a lot more coming your way here from Pomona. Now, as we bid a very fond farewell to a great racer and a groundbreaking legend, we want to share some more stories and milestones of the First Lady of Drag Racing, Shirley Muldowney.
I just knew that, you know, if she gets the right opportunity and gets the right equipment, that she was going to be something special.
To know what I had back then, opportunity-wise, and what direction I was going, it's amazing.
Being the first one in there and really having to fight her way up there, and then you go out there and you win, 18 national events, 3 championships. She definitely earned it.
When they had 10 races a year, we were in 7 finals. Ooh.
The number of people that have attained the level of proficiency, not proficiency, the level of excellence that she has are, minimal.
I would look up to Shirley and say, one day I want to be her and be in that position that she is, because I just thought it was just the coolest thing for her to go out and to run so fast and to be able to compete against the guys out there.
And you just look at her autograph. Her autograph is perfect. I mean, you can read every letter, and it's always been that way. It's never changed, because she will take the time and she wants to make sure that those people remember that time with her.
I will always miss, Ron always says, ready to go? Okay, here we go. Those words, and the car fires. I will miss that.
She's a racer, and she knows how to win, and she's won herself.
There's just so much I have to be so happy about. People say, gee, the retirement, how are you going to feel when you come down the road and it gets down to the last turn? No pun intended, but I'm going to feel terrific.
Everybody else has been more emotional about this than she has, as the engine has already fired, and she'll be in the right lane. Here in second round action, everybody gives her the thumbs up against Corey McClendon. Remember, these two met just a couple of weeks ago at Las Vegas, and Corey beat her there, and she playfully threw her neck collar at him at the far end.
Yeah, Marty, you talked about her being emotional. I think that'll happen after the race. I mean, she's doing what she's always done over the number of years she's been racing. She's staying focused because she wants to go out in style. She'd like nothing more than to win this race.
Her first Pomona, the Winter Nationals of 1975. She lost that race to a guy by the name of Dick LaHaye. She doesn't want it to end just yet. Shirley had him on the tree, but a 4:55 as Corey Mack takes Shirley on her last pass. Parker?
With Ron Tobler, the final pass and the last pass tour has occurred. You have touched so many.
Well, yeah, she really has. I mean, what a career it's been. There's a lot of highlights to look back on and maybe just a couple of lowlights, but she's a terrific racer, very hard racer, and all you can ever say about Shirley is that we tried our best. Thank you.
Let's go back and take another look.
Well, like you said, Marty, she definitely had the advantage off of the starting line over Corey. Didn't quite have the horsepower. Corey McClendon was running very good. You see her get the jump, and then shortly after that, about 60 feet out, Corey had already caught up with her and started driving away. Made a good run there. See the incremental times there? She had the whole shot off the starting line, was ahead 60 feet. From there on, it was all Corey Mack with that great pass, 4:55 at over 322 miles per hour.
Super slow-mo of Shirley's last pass down the quarter mile.
Look at her hiking that front end up through the middle of the course. She kept it stuck in the middle of the groove this time. Maybe slipped the clutch just a little bit too much and didn't get that acceleration down the other end, but still, all in all, a great effort.
Donnie Couch going, oh so close, yet oh so far. And there is Shirley climbing out of the cockpit for the last time at the far end of the racetrack.
How does it feel to be the bad guy, huh?
I don't like it at all. He doesn't like it at all.
Right now, Corey Mack is giving Shirley a very, very large hug. I don't know if you guys
I appreciate that.
Wow, Corey said he didn't want to
good. Go get him now. Wouldn't that be nice?
Some private words. How's it feel to be the bad guy? And he didn't like it at all.
Shirley Muldowney for the final time removing the helmet. And for the final time climbing from the cockpit of her Top Fuel dragster. A moment we knew was coming, a moment that certainly none of us was looking forward to, but it had to happen. And we can only hope that this isn't the last we've seen of Shirley Muldowney.
I knew at 300 feet, but I just kind of hung in there. I don't know what we ran, but it was certainly respectable.
You had an 028 light, Shirley Muldowney.
Oh, what did he have?
Doesn't matter. Yours was quicker.
I love it. That's the best light I've ever had, other than when, you know, you deep stage. And, I missed that deep staging. Oh, this is wonderful. I want to thank Powerade. What a wonderful compliment. Couldn't thank him enough.
Shirley, on behalf of everybody here at ESPN and every drag racing fan around the world, thanks so much for what you've done and also for the attention you've given us this weekend.
Well, thank you. I can't thank everyone enough. It's a very memorable weekend. I wouldn't trade it for anything that I know of. Not.
Neither would we.
Very much. Thank you.
And as the emotion is shared at the far end, Scott Kalita puts Larry Dixon on the trailer with a career best 4:49 at 331 miles an hour. More on all of this when we come back. There's husband Ron. And take a look. Shirley is just coming into view now here at Pomona. And when the crowd gets a real good idea, yep, here it comes, the ovation. The last time she's going to come down the return road here at Pomona Raceway at the finals. You heard Bob Fry make the announcement. Just listen to the crowd. Nobody on their seats. They're on their feet. 30 years of thank yous right now, heading down the return road. You saw Shirley pitch her gloves into the stands, and the fans paying one final tribute. And I wonder, she is loving it, and she has earned it.
I'm going to tell you what she has done for the sport, and you can still go back and rewind. Back in the pit area, there are no single lines and any truck or trailer were pitted to the
An absolutely incredible moment that I don't think the fans wanted to end.
No, I mean, and I'm a fan, and I don't want it to end. It's just the end of an era, you know. I mean, grew up and, you know, racing with Shirley with my dad, you know, back in funny car. Never had the opportunity to race her in Top Fuel, but I actually did race her in my funny car in a special match race one time at Carlsbad Raceway when she was in her dragster. But just a great, great lady.
Photographers trying to get the best shot that they can. Look at them scrambling. They all want that one great shot that will live forever. As this top fueler makes the turn for the final time, heading back into the pit area. And we say farewell to a legend, Shirley Muldowney. And there is Shirley back in the pits with Donnie Couch. And maybe with Donnie's mic, we can listen in a little bit. Look at Donnie. He's swept away with emotion.
I greatly appreciate it. Well, we outboxed him. Yeah, I know the deal. I've always known the deal.
That's for sure. She has always known the deal.
Well, as you could see just a few moments ago, each and every member of Shirley Muldowney's crew has come over to give her one final hug and one final message of best wishes. These are mostly all volunteer workers down here. They do not get paid. They spend their time on the road with Shirley, giving her the best possible race car with Donnie Couch right now. Can you believe the emotion down here, Donnie? I mean, it is just so sincere, so heartfelt. Even Shirley getting a little misty there.
You know, I think I'm the toughest guy in the pits, and she made me cry. So it's we have a lot of memories with Shirley, not just with the runs, but the fun times we've had for all these years. We've all been together, and Ron's put together this crew of people to enjoy the last year with Shirley, and we all got along good and all made some good calls. And the toughest thing to do is race against those guys that do it every weekend, and we felt that we could do that and bring a car in there, and we proved that we could run 450s and stuff. But it's hard to outrun them guys that, you know, we're only here 6 races a year. Those guys have big budgets and big pockets, but we gave it our best shot. Shirley's the greatest.
You guys done great, believe me. A lot of love down here, Parker.
Back here at Pomona, we've seen the last pass of Shirley Muldowney, but we still have to determine who is going to win the final race of 2003. The year, of course, will be remembered for its finality as well as its first. The final pass for two legends. The end of a decade of funny car dominance. But for every end, there has been a new beginning. 3 first-time champions, new stars, shining bright as the sport's future. Hold on! That's a new national ET record! Whoa! Look out! And a huge crash for Dixon! He's got problems again!
Hey, go, hey. This one's for Brandon.
It's amazing that I found what I found and made something out of myself.